Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Chats with Children. I hope you're safe and well. You won't be able to tell it because we both have curtains in our rooms, but it's boiling hot out there. But I'm delighted to be catching up with my good friend, Tara Dougal from Informa Markets, who is now the event director for CPHI Frankfurt, also known as CPHI Europe, CPHI Milan, etc. But you can guess where it's going to be this year, as it's called CPHI Frankfurt. And we are going to preview this year's event, which is running in Frankfurt from October the 28th to Thursday, October the 30th. So first of all, Tara, congratulations on the promotion. It's lovely to
Thank
see
you so
you.
much.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. We're gearing up for the show, so it's like peak busy time. But yeah, all good. Very
Well, I
excited for
appreciate taking time to talk to me now. I
it.
mean, it's amazing, isn't it? You start July thinking we've got ages. Suddenly you realize you start getting to August. Oh, we haven't got ages because it's at the end of
I know.
October.
It's to be September in 2 weeks, which is
I know
just shocking.
it's
But
very
yeah,
scary. All right,
time
look,
flies when you're having fun.
it certainly does. So, Tara, look, first question I'm going to ask you, though. I mean, there will be some people out there who are not familiar with Informal Markets. So, before we talk
Mhm.
about the show itself, for people not familiar with Informal Markets, perhaps you give us a quick overview of the company and also the various brands you've got under that portfolio.
Yeah, sure. So, Informa Markets is a division of Informa PLC, and Markets is really focused on the B2B industry, B2B events industry, basically. So we bring together buyers and sellers across different industries. And yeah, there's some very, very different events within the portfolio. So of course, I work in pharma, which is CPHI and also the Pharma Pack event. We have events within fashion, within construction, real estate. We have World of Concrete. We have Tissue World. But essentially, at the heart of it, Informa Markets is all about bringing together the right people and creating communities within key industries.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk more about the CPHI community then, because
Mm-hmm.
as a portfolio, it's been really interesting as an outsider to see how it's grown and expanded over the
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
obviously, CPHI Frankfurt was worldwide was the main event. But again, for people not familiar with the breadth of your portfolio, perhaps you could just give you a quick overview of the range of countries and regions that you cover with the CPHI brand.
Yeah, so we actually have 10 events across the globe under the CPHI portfolio, operating in all the major pharmaceutical markets. The latest edition actually we launched last year in December in Riyadh. That was CPHI Middle East. So that'll be going into its second edition actually in 2026 in April. So really excited to see how that one grows and develops. We're moving to a new venue, so it's going to be bigger and better and even flashier than it was the first time around. And we have a big office in Amsterdam. Not sure if everybody knows that, but although we're headquartered in the UK, we do have a big presence in Amsterdam. And from that office, we run our CPHI Americas events and also the Farm Pack. We, of course, assist with all our high growth market events across the globe. But of course, the big beast for us is CPHI Europe.
Fantastic. Now, again, many people will know CPHI and have been to CPHI Europe in the many cities it's been over the years. But for
Mhm.
people who've never ever been to CPHI, and I always try to explain this to people, who go, "Oh, I've never been to CPHI." I tried to explain it, but for the layperson who's never been to CPH but works in pharma, perhaps you can give them a quick overview of what the event is about and how and the scale of the event.
Yeah, so it's huge to start with. Last year in Milan, we welcomed almost 59,000 attendees. This year, 59,000 last year. This year, we're aiming for around 63, 64,000 attendees in Frankfurt, which is just crazy, crazy numbers. But CPHI essentially brings together the global pharma community and the end-to-end supply chain. So for those who do know CPHI, you might know that its history when it started 36 years ago was a very small group of API manufacturers, tabletop stands, also in Frankfurt. But it has grown exponentially over the years. So we no longer purely focus on small molecules. We also have a biologics vertical, our bioproduction vertical, packaging, drug delivery, finished dosage. We're really covering everything now. And while the CPHI show is very much a platform for doing business, for coming together, for meeting existing partners, using it as that one touch point every year where you can come together again, but also finding new people, new partners. It is, well, it has grown actually into also being a very important platform for content, for innovation. We have 6 content theatres across the show floor this year, all running on 3 days of the event. So as well as doing business on site and meeting people from across the globe within your industry, you can also get up to speed on all the market developments, everything under one roof.
Well, it has grown massively. I know. I mean, I'm only familiar with the last 10 years, and obviously there was a pandemic in between, but it has grown massively over the last few years
Yeah.
as well. What do you think has attributed to the success of CPHI though? Because as you know, the numbers last year, I mean, I remember doing an interview post-show and the figures were roughly 47, but the final figures obviously much higher than that,
Yeah.
in terms of 59,000. So what do you think has attributed to the growth in numbers of visitors and also exhibitors and the content? Because you know, I know your
Mhm.
former role was in terms of getting that content together, so and
Yeah.
that has grown massively. So what do you think has attributed to all that success?
I think it's a mixture of factors. I mean, obviously, the market is growing and booming. Of course, COVID was incredibly difficult for us and incredibly difficult for the pharma industry. But we really feel like the industry has come back tenfold since then. There's a huge amount of development going on. So a lot of it is stimulated by market growth. I would also say that bringing in the content, introducing new zones like the bioproduction zone, which we did a couple of years ago, and the finished dosage zone, which again was like 5, 6 years ago. That opens up, a new breed of attendees and different kind of job types. So I think our audience is expanding. It's something that we're very focused on growing, making sure we're bringing the right people to the show, that we're bringing high quality people to the show. So yeah, I think there's a few different elements that have contributed to its growth. But at the heart, I think it's the pharma community. Word spreads, people love coming to the show. We have great NPS scores, people refer the show. And I think it's one of the few events which is really that singular touch point in the year. It's like people know that other people are going to be going to CPHI. So you can do a lot of business at the show. You can get a lot done. And I think that's really what's been driving its growth all these years.
Brilliant. Well, we'll talk about the content specifically in a second, but obviously at its heart, like you said, it's about people interacting,
Mhm.
customers, meeting exhibitors, and so on. So, what do you do as organizers to help them engage both before, during, and after the show?
Yeah, so pre-show we have our event platform now, which is a really fantastic tool. Whether you've been coming to CPHI for years or you're brand new to it, I will always tell everybody, if you're preparing for the show, plan ahead, because I mean, it's huge, it's difficult to get
Yeah.
round. And it's difficult, I think, to also take advantage of everything that's happening there, just because you're time bound a lot of the time. So you can come to the show and really just scratch the surface of everything going on there. But I would say, yeah, plan your meetings in advance. Use the event planner pre-show to reach out to the exhibitors and people you wanna meet with. Use it to schedule the content sessions that you want to go to, help build out your agenda, and make sure you look at all the different activities that are happening on site. For example, we have free happy hours running on day 1 and day 2 of the show. It sounds really simple, but it's just such a nice opportunity to get together after you've been really walking the halls all day and just to relax and connect with people, in a slightly more informal environment. We also have the CPHI celebration, and our awards is integrated into that. And this is a fantastic networking opportunity because you really have a huge group of market leaders, people who are driving innovation, all in one room. So it's a really, really fantastic networking opportunity.
Brilliant. And post event, I know people are, I mean, what's it I find interesting about your app actually is that a
Mhm.
lot of people who do event apps only make them available a week or 2 weeks
Yeah.
beforehand. And when you
Yeah.
talk to people who are going to the show, often many have never even opened the app or looked at it. So, what sort of engagement do you get with people prior to the show in terms of using the app?
It's growing. It is growing. I don't have the percentages
No,
actually.
no, I don't expect an exact
No.
percentage, but
No.
people, right, but people are using it though. That's the
People are
important thing.
using it, yeah. I think people are finding it increasingly more useful. And we've done a lot of development on the app as well. So it really, really is a great tool now. And also for on-site, because we have navigation built in there, which is brilliant. I use it all the time when I'm on site as well, even though I know the floor plan inside out. having the app and the kind of GPS, the blue dot as we call it, is really essential for helping you to get around the show. But yes, it is open post show, so it's really good for allowing you to do that event follow up, because as an event person, it's so easy to just be so focused on the build up, and then you're on site, and then to come away, and you need to capture everything that happened to get maximum ROI out of that show. So having the event open afterwards is great. Is a great tool.
Fantastic. Now let's talk more about the con. You highlighted a few things. So what are some of the things that people really should engage with at the show?
I would say content. I mean, I am biased because I used to lead the content team, but I have to say the agenda is fantastic. We've got brilliant speakers. There's so much covered within the agenda as well. So I'd say make sure that you're taking a look at the agenda beforehand. You can pick out a few key sessions that you really want to attend. And then, take advantage of those networking sessions that we have on site, because, of course, so much business gets done in meetings, but you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what new contacts you can build. And that's what we want to really help facilitate. So take advantage of all the networking sessions that we have available.
Brilliant. And the awards that you've got, I know we were talking off camera, and it's been going for quite a few years now. And it's been interesting to see how the awards have evolved, because you've now made it a celebration on the first day and the awards, which is always a great event. And you always have a great band, actually. Last year, and I remember that you had a very good
There was
band.
a conga one year.
Yeah, exactly. But I know you. I don't know if all the entries are now done for the awards in terms of this year's event.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, we'll actually be announcing the shortlist in September, so stay tuned for that.
Fantastic. And there's 14 award categories. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I find interesting with all awards is a lot of people now who are entering are very keen to use the awards as for their own marketing purposes post-award as well, in terms of that.
I mean, that's one of the biggest advantages, I think, is that it gets a huge amount of press attention. So it's a great way to celebrate your team, celebrate all the hard work you've done. The event itself is brilliant. It's fun. It's a great networking opportunity as well. And we have a lot of different categories. So you have your more kind of traditional ones, which are focused on different sectors within pharma, such as API development or manufacturing innovation. But we also have a lot of sort of more community-driven categories. So we have a Women in Pharma Award, we have a Future Leader Award, and these are really important categories, I think, like looking at the people behind all of the work. So it's a great evening. It's a paid for event, so if you want to join, please add it onto your ticket. But it's a really, really nice way to kind of kick off the show. It takes place on the first night.
Yeah, it's very good. And I remember the young lady who won Young Person of the Year. Future Leader, sorry, I get the right title. From Almac, she was very, very excited, very happy to win it as well. So it was great to see that as well.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got one final question for you. There's people watching it who will be thinking, oh, that sounds really good. But I've never been. One final, why should people sign up and be at CPHI Frankfurt in October?
Why should you come? Well, I think it's becoming more than just an event. It's an experience. CPHI is really an experience. And that's what we're very focused on creating, like a holistic experience that goes beyond the show floor. It's one opportunity in the year where you really can meet the whole industry under one roof, where you can get business done, you can find new prospects, you can find new contacts, you can say hello to old friends, you can build your industry knowledge, you can enjoy all the fun different activations and like features that we have on site. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be very much worth your while. If you only go to one event, make sure it's CPHI Europe.
Well, Tara, I can't really add anything to that, but look, it's lovely to see you. Good luck with the build up. I'm sure you're going to be really, really busy as soon as you finish this call. I'm sure you're going to be very busy, but good luck with that. I really look forward to seeing you, hopefully in person at some point.
Yes, for sure.
During the show as well. So viewers, if you haven't been to CPHI, click on the link which will be above this video, learn more. It is a great event. I go there every year. It is, I have to say, I'm not saying this, I'm talking to Tara, and I'm going to upset a few people, but it is my favorite show of the year. And I always wish it was longer, but I get upset that it's only 2.5 days. I wish it was a much longer show personally, but I'm a bit biased from that point of view. But if you have been before, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a great show, and hopefully I'll see you there. And you do literally bump into people on the way to the airport, at the airport. One bit of advice, if you are going, is make sure you book a flight early to get in early, because the queues can be quite long at the airport when you are trying to get through passport control. There's that many people coming to CPHI, so I'd really recommend that. So Tara, lovely to see you. Good luck with everything. Congratulations
Thank
again with the
you so
promotion.
much.
And viewers, thank you for watching. Until next time, as always, stay well and stay safe. Bye bye.
Thank you.